Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rise of the Conduit Interludes. This is our first interlude that we are filming live at PAX Unplugged at 2 in the morning because we roll that way.
We're degenerates.
We're totally degenerates, and we wanted to do this game. We decided in our infinite wisdom to do 6 games today, and we've somehow managed to do it.
Crazy people.
Yes.
We're crazy people.
Good job, team. We are doing the first one-on-one with Momobee and myself, Frank.
Hi.
And we are going to be doing a episode featuring Thrill. Some time has passed since Thrill was elected to the city council. What happened with the aftermath on the stage that day? Well, you'll get a little glimpse into it, but for the whole thing, you're going to have to wait until season 4 when it launches. You ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Thrill, we begin with you in your office in Charter Hall.
I've got an office.
You have an enormous pile of paperwork that's been piling up as you've been trying to juggle between your 2 lives, not devoting enough time to either one of them to do a good enough job. Your frustrations with the bureaucracy in the city becoming evident. The weight of the souls that perished in the plague of your creation weighing upon you as you had to write letters to next of kin at your advice, I believe, to let them know that you will be doing all you can to make sure that no one in the city will have to die due to a lack of medical care ever again. And starting your initiative of a socialized healthcare system in Duskfall.
Of course.
But it's been hard. Many of the other city council members, including new member Jira, who was inaugurated with you, have been politicking you and slowing you down. And thus, you had to spend time with the Conduit on a job, leaving this very large pile of paperwork. Your secretary busts in and says, "Excuse me, sir, Mr. Hawthorne, are you going to need me to reschedule your tomorrow as well?"
No, I have time. Really?
Okay, good, because the last time I had to cancel your day, they were quite angry at me.
No, what is this one again?
This is the Budget Appropriations Committee and the Civilian Oversight Board.
Of course, and you've prepared notes for me, yes?
Yes, of course.
Perfect.
Have a good night, Mr. Hawthorne.
Thank you. You as well.
I believe that you have plans for this evening, so you may need to push your paperwork back even further.
The paperwork's gonna be a pushback. I'll deal with the meeting, that's fine. But I do have plans in the evening. Night time.
Okay.
With Papa.
You head not that far a distance anymore since you're spending a lot of time in Charter Hall and head up to your father's apartment where he is sitting waiting for you for your regularly scheduled
Have I seen him since?
You've seen him.
Oh. Okay.
He was a little indignant the first time he saw you after the inauguration. He pushed off your regularly scheduled meetings for a little bit.
Wonder why.
Could have been a power play of some kind or some other message. But he has gone on with life as usual. Perhaps out of stubbornness, perhaps out of some sort of coyness. But he is waiting for you.
Perfect. I arrive. Hopefully on time.
You arrive on time.
Perfect. Give my usual knock. Nod to the people guards he usually has.
Yes. Oh. Van.
Yes.
I see you're busy as ever,
That
Mr.
is-
Councilman.
He rolls his eyes. That is kind of my job, yes.
I'm sure you're doing great things for the people of Duskfall.
I'm sure you'll hear about them.
Yes.
They love to talk about me in the papers now. He rolls his eyes again.
Yes, they give many tributes to your stunning successes.
Yes. Why does it upset you?
To see my son triumph? No, it does not.
Well, I suppose it's easy to do when you have no claim.
Did you want anything this evening?
Want anything?
Yes, I suppose you're going to attempt to shove your success in my face again. Maybe
no.
come to gloat a little bit.
No, I've grown past that.
I'm sure you have.
No. I'm a proper adult. I don't need to gloat. The papers will do it for me.
And I suppose you've taken care of that little Kraken problem as well.
No, I haven't.
Been busy, I see.
Yes. The job does demand I be there quite often.
Yes.
Don't really have time for petty crime anymore.
Yeah, so unfortunate that you won't get a chance to lord over this drug empire you helped create.
Oh, he loves to dig the knife in.
Tell me, have you heard from Velvet recently?
No, she's off, which I'm sure you already knew.
Yes, I hope that she's much accomplishments in her mission.
She will. She always gets what she wants.
Tell me, do you think she likes small dark places?
He pauses for a minute. Like, he does not... He assumes his father is, like, playing at something, but he doesn't know what he's playing at for once. He's like... So he gives him a raised brow.
I'm sure it's nothing. My brother has everything firmly in hand, as usual.
Look, not to be too upfront, but we've already made... Granted, I've just been made aware of this deal that I made long ago. But if he does do anything to her, or touch her in any way, I will murder him.
Oh, trust me, my brother will never lay an aggressive hand on your dear Velvet ever again.
I don't mean any hand. At all. I don't care.
She's her own person.
Of
She
course.
can make her decisions.
She can make her own decisions.
Unless you're planning on speaking for elegant, stately women these days.
No, I would never.
Of course not.
No, of course not.
So are we going to have a nice tense dinner together, or did you have something else in mind today, Venaday?
Wouldn't that be nice? No, I'd rather a nice, relaxing evening. Though, if I have to spend a night with you, it's not usually that. Maybe there's something else we can do to switch it up.
Well, I suppose I'll stop poking it for you a moment. How is Jira these days? She digging information out of you?
It's horrible as ever. Nosy bitch.
Yeah, quite right. You giving her what she wants these days, telling her all sorts of information about me.
Why would I do that?
You hate me.
Again, with the hate accusations.
Wrong, I apologize.
Look, I may not like you, but I do love you, unfortunately. And I'd rather see you in power than someone else.
City council? Politics doesn't suit me.
No, but still the statement stands.
Absolute power. Something. This kind of fake posturing.
Fake?
Impression of power.
You think it's fake?
Well, tell me, my dear boy. You've been there for nearly a month now. What major improvements in legislation have you accomplished in your time?
Bitch! Bitch! I assume nothing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Not yet.
bitches fucking block me every time I try to do anything. Nothing yet. That would change if she would not fucking vote against me every chance she gets. I haven't even done anything to her.
You exist. You are an obstacle.
That's enough for her, apparently. She has a gripe with you. She made very apparent when I was inaugurated in.
She's made some connections about the nature of our business.
I think she knows exactly the connection between us. She outright said it, right on the fucking stage.
Disturbing, then, that she's
How the
so...
fuck did she find that out? I thought you were good at this shit.
Normally, yes.
Then how did she find out? I didn't say shit. I never claim you as your fucking father.
I haven't found out yet, but I intend to.
Well, she knows. And that's enough for her to hate everything I do. So she must hate you even more.
All problems can be dealt with one way or another. Who knows, maybe the next shipment of immigrants might find their way to a blue coat precinct.
What? Huh? No, never mind.
Human trafficking is a grave offense under the laws of Duskfall.
Oh, that's what they do, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
One of the many things that they do.
Mm-hmm. Eesh. Uh-huh. You're going to fix it, though.
I'll do what I can.
Do what you can. Look, I know our relationship is tense, but your shit is affecting my shit now.
Fair enough.
Just for being related to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you asking me to change who I am for your political career?
No, I'm telling you to fix it.
I'll take it under advisement.
Deal with her.
Deal with her.
Why the fuck is she there?
Van?
Yes, Father.
I'm sorry, are you asking me to kill your girlfriend's boss? Your girlfriend's husband's boss?
I don't give a shit. Doesn't affect Velvet. She'd be fine. She has a husband.
As I said, I'll take it under advisement, Van.
Advisement. Or it could just be a request from your son. Doesn't have to be a fucking business deal. Could just be a request.
Assassinations of a trade guild leader? It seems pretty
You don't
business
have
related
to kill her
me.
to get her out of my way.
Oh. Subtlety is now your forte, is it?
Oh, I'd say so.
Well, sometimes.
You don't think what I did last time was very subtle?
Well,
Don't think anyone else knows.
so many orphans out there.
A shame.
Yeah. You know, you threw such a hissy fit at your apothecary being blown up, and yet you saw fit to end so many other lives and shatter so many other families who will never know the faces of their sons and their daughters, their mothers and their fathers.
You making a point here? Calling me a hypocrite?
I didn't say that.
And what point are you making? Get on with it.
Well, you have to look yourself in the mirror some days. All I'm saying is perhaps the murder of thousands is not such a subtle action.
Not asking you to murder thousands, am I? Already done that. I don't like admitting that. Ooh! Okay.
And you think I'm the monster.
Well, it came from you, so I guess it makes sense, doesn't it?
I suppose I have to live with that, don't I?
How does that make you feel at night? Do you ever think about it? Do you ever think about that you brought me into this world and the world suffers because of it?
Yes, actually. Do you think you would have been better off if she took you with her?
Crying in the club right now. I don't know. She seems to be quite a bit like me. I've done a bit of research since you last told me.
Yes, and now with Strangford gone, I'm sure she'll be one of the power players in the city once she figures out that wonderful tech of hers. Who knows, maybe one day if you give up trying to play politician, you could put those scientific skills of yours to use again.
I think I've already done that.
Perhaps in a way that doesn't involve widows and orphans.
Would you prefer that? You want me to be more like her than you?
I think I would wish anyone to be more like her than me.
Sound like a man who maybe feels something for her. Huh! Huh! You say that rather fondly.
Helping the city is admirable, even if it's done for the wrong reasons.
You think she does it for the wrong reasons?
Yes.
Why so?
You think most scientists end up being famous, Vanaday?
No.
And yet she's one of the most famous people in the city.
Was she when you met her?
No.
How did you meet?
Not worth getting into.
You're going to tell me.
How do people meet each other, Van?
I don't know. You don't meet anyone.
Point taken. Let's go.
Oh, we're going? Oh, that was not the right voice. We're going where?
You want to meet people?
No, you should probably meet people.
I don't want to meet people,
I
Van.
have plenty of friends. I think I'm fine.
Sure you do.
You said you don't have any fucking friends, son. Fine. All right. Fine. Let's go meet people.
You like opera?
Going to the opera? An opera?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Rich people don't tend to assassinate criminals, usually.
Is that intended towards you or me?
Well, you're an honest man now.
I've always been one.
I assumed this day would come, so I purchased opera.
I bought an opera, son. Okay.
I keep the box seats at every performance, just in case this day would come.
You purchased a whole opera house for the off chance that one day I'd want to go to the opera with you?
Well, you might want to do more than just spar with me, verbally.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You don't enjoy this little dance? It seems like you keep
Do
coming
you?
back for it. A little bit, yeah.
You enjoy verbally assaulting each other and breaking each other down? What kind of sick, sadistic fuck are you?
You have to admit there's an art form to it.
He can't disagree. He just kind of gets up and kind of tall like that and deflates a little.
He smiles a little bit. Certainly more art form and subtlety than a bathtub drowning, wouldn't you say?
Well, I don't know. You invented that, didn't you?
Oh, I couldn't have been the only father to do that to their child.
I think you are.
You have a very naive view of Duskfall then, Van.
So you keep telling me.
Well, I haven't killed any of my children yet, and there's dozens
Well,
of
you
people.
only have fucking one.
Ironhook is filled with people who killed their children, Van, and I'm not one of them. Duskfall's filled with many people who've abandoned their children, too. I'm not one of those either.
This is a good question. Let's get into this. Why not? Fuck it. Why didn't you?
Do you really need me to say it?
What kind of fucked up legacy reason are you going to give me?
No? You're my son. That's the reason enough.
That's enough.
Yes.
Really?
Unless you don't like the life you have. You miserable, unhappy.
I quite like the life I've been afforded.
Lots of money, lovers, prestige, power.
I know.
I see your eyes glint at each one. Don't pretend that you don't love it.
I'm loving every second of that.
I know you hate how much you're like me.
I think you dislike it more than I do.
Touche.
No, I quite enjoy it. The life I've been afforded is quite nice. Better than most people in Duskfall.
Pull the carriage around, please.
What opera are we seeing?
You have a dinner jacket, yes?
Yes.
All right.
The fuck do you think I am? You raced me.
I believe this one is about the fall.
The fall is in the season, or the fall is in the fall of somebody.
I mean the fall as in the end of the sky, the fall of the sun, the rise of the demons. You know, in whatever mythological way that the author wanted to put their spin on.
Of course. I'm sure you've chosen this for a reason.
It's just what was playing in the season.
Oh, I'm sure. No other reason.
What do you think happened before the cataclysm? What was the world like? Do you think people remember what it was like to see the sun somewhere?
Can't even imagine what the sun looks like.
Who ruled the world before the Emperor?
Do you think anyone ruled the world at all?
Someone had to have ruled the world.
Maybe it was just a bunch of fucking people.
As long as people have been alive, they've wanted to rule the world.
Why do you think that is?
Ask yourself. Why are you a councilman, Van? You use that excuse that you want to help the people, and maybe you even believe it. Maybe if it's even a little bit true. But that pile of paperwork on your desk, the way you neglect your duties, it's a station for you. It's prestige. You enjoy it. The station, not the work. You might do one or two great things in your time there, but you're here with me. Ask yourself, if it was Bowmore, would he be spending time with his family, or would he be making the city a better place?
What would you do?
I would never go into politics.
Of course not.
And I believe you have the answer. How much time did I spend with my son when he was growing up?
Well, considering I remember maybe on both of my hands, that's the amount of times I can count, of memories I can remember with you.
There were a few good ones in there.
As close to good as I can get.
I remember when you first started looking out for yourself.
Oh.
Stopped being bullied around by the kids on the playground. Learned how not to just cry at your misfortune, but do something about it. At least learned how to block a punch or two. It's a proud day for me.
Oh?
Well, I can't have a son who doesn't know how to defend himself or what's his.
So you were proud that I started beating children up?
No, I'm proud you started beating up the ones that deserved it.
You almost sound reasonable.
Well, it's either that or watch you get a wash in vice by the time you're 25.
You think I'll make it to 25? That's quite generous.
Well, you've only got a few more years to go.
A lot can change.
Most of the rest of your crew have made it, and you seem to have done quite well. You doubt it? Someone gunning for you?
Why wouldn't someone be gunning for me?
I assumed you could take care of yourself. Unless maybe Warden or Velvet might think you've outlived your usefulness?
He does not like that statement at all. A tiny, like almost the slightest of eye twitches at that.
Offer still stands, you know.
Oh, to come work for you. Why would I work for you when I already have a job that commands respect?
Respects.
And if I worked under you, I'd once again be relying on you for everything I have.
Do you know what's interesting about the gangs in Duskfall? They all want to carve out their little place in paradise, find something for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to wonder, Van, how many of them want respect and how many of them want safety?
What did you want? When you started this with that piece of shit you call a brother?
We don't get to choose our family.
Really? So you hate him too?
No,
Of course not.
he's an unhinged sociopath.
Was he always that way?
No, no one's born a sociopath. Or at least, no one shows signs of being one immediately. Can debate the...
So there was a time when he was actually a likable person.
He was a baby at one point. No, but you have the answer. You have respect. You could have safety. You've not chosen it.
Not chosen safety.
You have eschewed safety, wouldn't you say?
Why do you think I'd choose that?
Why would you choose safety?
Why would I not?
You're not. You're actively not.
Yes.
You doubt that you'll make it to 25. I would say that my brother and I, sociopaths and all, have made it quite past 25.
I'd say so. Old man.
So you might say safety has been achieved.
You think you're safe? I'd agree.
More than most. As safe as one can be in this godforsaken city, this godforsaken continent, in this God's forsaken world.
You've avoided my question.
Which is?
I said, why did you start doing this? For safety or respect?
He smiles.
Which one?
Respect. But also because I had a son.
He tilts his head at that. He doesn't know a lot about when Dad got into this.
You've pieced together it was either shortly before or shortly after you were born, but you don't know exactly when or what was involved.
Yeah, that's about all he's got is like, I don't know when you got into this. He also probably, I mean, as most people do when they're young, I feel like you don't have a reference, or you're not really thinking about it as a child of like how old your parents are, you know what I mean? So he probably doesn't recognize that his father was very young when he was younger.
Teenager probably when you were born.
He doesn't recognize that a very young man was raising him.
He could be under 40.
Do I know my father's age?
No.
Oh. Respect. Would you say you've gotten it?
By the ones that matter.
And who's that?
The people who know who I am certainly respect me. Even that, what did you call her before? Jira?
I called her a bitch.
I would say that bitch respects me too.
God damn. Enough to make it my problem.
As I said, taking under advisement. I believe the carriage is ready.
Fine.
You can eat in the car.
I'll be fine. How about a glass of wine instead?
How about a bottle?
Wait. We are father and son. We just want to fucking split a bottle of wine.
He grabs a bottle and you head to the carriage. He zips you away to White Crown.
Oh, we're going to White Crown.
Where he does own an opera. Parks
Kind of
in...
pretentious bullshit. Owns an opera house. Just for the case.
Goes in the back way. He is escorted by at least 10 people, and there's more security inside that are waiting for him.
Whomst the fuck?
And you say, Mr. Hawthorne, right this way. And they are kind of whisking him inside.
They know his last name.
They do.
That's weird.
Putting two and two together, they might not know that he's a criminal.
This is... Okay. Question.
Uh-huh.
So growing up,
Uh-huh.
I know it was wealth that was accumulated as I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but I was always under the assumption we did live a wealthier lifestyle as I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I by no means didn't have the social standing of like a noble person, right?
Correct.
Because of
Who he is.
who he is, and I was mostly kept a secret and kept inside.
Uh-huh. They're greeting him, not you.
Well, yeah, they're greeting him. But I was under the assumption that was for both of us.
This is one of the reasons why I was so happy to have this episode. Shall we continue?
I don't know who he is. Okay, sorry. I'm having thoughts. I'm having thoughts at fucking 2:30 in the morning. And I don't like them.
You are whisked up through electroplasm lights. You hear the beginnings of the opera. You hear people shuffling in their seats as the curtains are drawn and the lights go down low. And he arrives he places the bottle you all have partially drained and puts it in a small bucket of ice, and he sits on one chair and kind of offers you the other as you sit.
Yeah.
The opera is beautiful, amazing costume design with all sorts of colors. The play's themes tends to be on the kingdoms that whatever this writer thought existed before the cataclysm. The types of dynasties that existed, the creatures that roamed the lands, what it was like to have the sun overhead, and what that meant for life.
Interesting.
How the world changed and developed, what kind of wars and conflicts were. And then, of course, the climax of the play is the cataclysm itself, what scorched the sky, ended the sun, and put stars in the ocean. Eventually, your father, after sitting silent with the intermission coming soon, he says, "Well, what do you think? Have you ever been to a play before?"
Yes.
Really? I didn't take you for a man of culture.
He just kind of scoffs. Really? You raised me and you don't think I'm a man of culture?
I don't see you read nearly as much as you should be.
Half of my job is reading.
Well, papers and ledgers are not the same.
I meant before that.
He considers. That's fair. That was perhaps unfair of me. My interest is different than the sciences that you study, and with no disrespect to the League of Doctors that you hope to create, I think knowledge of the past and forbidden arts is much more interesting, if less practical, than the sciences you study at the academy.
What makes you think so?
Are you not moved by... He gestures to the stage.
It's certainly beautiful.
And yet, it may be true or not true, but still, the imagination to imagine a world that none of us could or would ever see.
You're sounding like quite the romantic father.
My library is not just for show, Ven.
I'm sure you read them. I watched you read them many a time.
Ask yourself, Ven, throughout the very neglectful childhood you have, what was I always doing when you saw me? What is it that I'm doing every time that you see me now?
Reading, father. Not satisfied with your current life, you need to escape to fantasy.
No, I think that there's nuggets of truth hidden in the past. Every lie or story told reveals something true about the world around us.
And what do you intend to do with this knowledge?
I'm doing it. Tell me, do you ever read about the other continents, the Isles, Eruvia?
I know more about Eruvia than any other place, seeing as my partner is from there.
And what do you think about it as a place?
Well, if it's anything like my love, then it is quite gorgeous.
But you don't know. You've not read something about it. You don't know.
No, but she's told me.
About the demon princes, the political
She's
intrigue,
told me of that as well.
the spirits and the well, the hotness of the desert,
The giant fire they have in the middle.
the blades in the dark.
Well, credits. Everything I know is from Velvet, yes.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is. The culture seems amazing. from the food to the fashion to the way they structure things much differently than we do in Duskfall. It's interesting.
Tell me, Van, and for once, I won't wound you intentionally.
That's
Did
sweet.
dear Velvet ever tell you what she did before she came to Akros?
Oh, I didn't think we were going to get this real tonight. All right. I need everybody to know that Mandy is in the studio audience tonight.
She's
it's late.
convulsing over
It's late,
here.
but she is convulsing in the background. I need everyone to know that. Thank you, stream. Thank you, chat. She is convulsing as we speak.
Use the word convulsing.
You know, the rock back and forth. I don't think she has, so I will answer. I've only gotten very small glimpses, so he will say as a whole, no.
She was
I'm
quite important. She did a great many things. It's hard to ever know someone's upbringing, where they're plucked from obscurity to manifest destiny. But your dear Velvet was and is very special amongst the elite of Aruvia.
I have no doubt.
House Ixis is so fascinating. You see, our interests aligned for a moment in time. A moment my brother, sociopath as he is, was all too eager to exploit.
Fuck.
You know, Jira, that terrible bitch, as you put it.
She is.
Importing immigrants, selling them into slavery service.
Yes.
I prefer the good old-fashioned contraband, illicit drugs.
I do as well.
The simpler life, you might say. House Ixis has an interest in the same. You might say that very similar organizations.
Yeah.
And, you know, Aruvia, as I learned through my reading, as you said, you learn a lot about the cultures, the language, and what the people there want.
And what do they want?
Well, right now they want Velvet.
A shame. They won't have her.
Yes. A shame.
And if, for whatever reason, they did, I would unfortunately have to travel to Aruvia, and that would also be a shame, wouldn't it?
It won't be necessary. She'll be coming back soon. But if not for all of that, reading, wasting my youth away, ignoring my child, spending my days toiling away in my library, not going out, not seeing this wonderful opera, or going to the restaurants I own, or visiting all the wonderful places of the world. If not for all of that reading, I don't get to expand this little empire I've built to Aruvia or the Isles. I suppose I could also ask you about that wonderful leader of yours as well.
The tea is coming out tonight. There's no need to talk about him unless you'd like to. Why?
Why do you think my brother and I picked that little crew of yours? They have such interesting ties to everywhere. And, you know, once you become king of Duskfall, well, as I said, as long as that there's been a world, people have wanted to rule it, Van. And I will.
You don't already?
Well, Duskfall is just one city.
You want more, of course.
I'm getting more.
A whole city is not enough for you.
The world is not enough.
That kind of hurt. Damn, that kind of hurt, you know? So that's it. That's what you want out of life.
Everything.
You want everything.
Yes. And why can't I have it? Why shouldn't I?
After all, why shouldn't you? And at the end of the day, when you have it all, what's left? Will you ever be satisfied?
When the day comes that I don't think I can expand my empire anymore, I rest my laurels and pass my crown to those that might be more deserving.
Your piece of shit brother, then.
No.
No, of course not.
But maybe if my son learned the right lessons someday.
I'm sure you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I would like, Van, and I mean this seriously, whatever would make you happy.
You know what would make me happy? Do you
What?
really want to know?
I'd love to.
You actually want to know?
Yes.
You know what I would like? I would like a normal life. And that's not to say I don't want prestige or respect or money. Those are all very nice things, and I'm very grateful I got the privilege to grow up with such things. But you know what I would have loved more?
A father.
That makes it worth it.
Well,
All that money, power, influence. At the end of the day, Father, if you have all those things, you've no one to share it with.
you're not wrong, but let me ask you one question. Do you want a lower middle class father with a happy childhood? Or do you want the world that you've created yourself for today? You have to choose one.
I think you know which one I'd choose.
No, I don't think I do.
You don't?
No,
I think I'd rather have had you there.
really.
Really. Fucking really.
And quit. We can spend our days doing whatever it is that
You
Father...
won't do that. If I quit, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't give it up. You like the power you hold over the city. You just said you want it all.
He looks
I
at
am not
you.
enough for you. No one ever will be.
He turns away.
No person in this world will ever be enough to fill whatever fucking gigantic hole is in your heart. And no power or money will either.
Guess I'll have to find out.
Guess you will. And when you find out, it'll be too fucking late.
Thrill,
Yeah?
I need you to pick the size of your payload.
It's gonna be light, I think. Light is 3, correct?
Yes.
I mean, he came to a fucking opera with his papa. He's not packing. Usually if he's going out and packing a payload, he's gonna have, like, someone like Knight with him who has guns.
Mm-hmm.
He's certainly not armed to the teeth or anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking a light load. So he's probably got, like, just because of his position and the crime life they live,
Mm-hmm.
he's probably got, like, a bandolier. He's probably got a few, chemicals on him at all times. That's just the habit, in case anyone gets too close.
Okay.
Maybe he probably also always keeps, like, fine tinkering tools on him. This is me picking out my load right now.
You don't have to pick out your load. You just need to pick the size.
Light 3.
Okay. We're going to the engagement roll.
Why are we engaging in the fucking opera, mate?
Why indeed?
Damn, you ever beef with your father so hard that you gotta have fucking roll an engagement?
Risky position.
Risky position in the fucking Opry, the Grand Old Opry that my daddy owns. Not in this economy. Not in this Duskfall economy. I die in a fucking mini-sode. That's fitting.
That's your backup character.
Oh no, I died in Philadelphia. I died in fucking... Shut up. Bitches.
As the lights come on for the intermission, you see people file out towards the exits. They
What?
try to push out, and the doors are locked.
What the fuck?
And you hear them start to push, and you hear a PA. Your father, the tower, looks around. No concern on his face yet, and you hear the PA. Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a brief problem with the doors, but we'll get it all sorted out shortly.
I give my dad a look like, come on. The fuck is this bullshit?
He says,
You own
he
this?
sighs.
That's weird, right?
This is why I don't leave the house.
That's weird though, right?
You should probably get down.
That's it. Get down, council member.
And you hear a scream from somewhere on the floor.
I'm getting down.
Everyone,
Throw
this is a robbery.
No! I'm getting robbed!
And people with swords break out
Swords?
from the crowd.
What is this? The
And
fucking medieval
bags.
ages?
They look like they probably have guns also, and you can hear a single shot, a warning shot, go out into the air.
Honestly, I don't think Thrill's scared by this kind of shit anymore because of, well, we have 3 seasons of why.
Your father ducks down, and there are bodyguards that are lording over him, and he's just like, could you please do something about these morons?
That's big.
I can take care of myself.
I just ducked down with him and like, what the fuck is this? Don't you own this place?
I don't suppose you brought any weapons, did you?
I have a few fucking poisons on me at all times, but no.
Airborne.
What do you think? I plan to start another play.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You shouldn't.
You hear as some unknown number of criminals start collecting purses and wallets throughout the opera as the doors are locked. People are terrified and are hitting the deck as his guards go down to try and mount some kind of a counteroffensive
Get
against
these
whoever
bitches
these
out of
yahoos are.
Fucking ridiculous. I'm trying to have a horrible conversation with my father right now.
Van, poisons, airborne.
It's not airborne. No.
You know how to fight? You ever killed someone with your hands or a weapon?
Not with my hands, no. Much more sophisticated. But I do know how to. Knight did teach me. Oh, wait. He wouldn't refer to you as Knight in this. He wouldn't. Anthony did teach me quite a few things when we were together.
He snaps. Rope.
Rope?
And one of the guards tosses him a rope. He ties a knot around the leg of one of the chairs that's stapled in the box.
The fuck is he doing?
And then he grabs and he throws the other end over. And he goes and he looks like he's about to rappel off the side. And he's getting ready. He says, "Are you coming?"
Oh my god, what the fuck? Fine, I guess. Go down first.
Well, I don't want to get shot without you. Want to be fun, father and son bonding, he said.
Getting shot at together? Sure, why not?
Or, disabling a bunch of common criminals.
Fucking fine. I'd much rather just...
Are you scared?
No, I just normally have someone else do this for me.
Well, you think my brother and I had someone start and do it for us at start.
No, it's not my fucking problem.
Well, good. Come on, then. And he jumps off the
I was
side.
born into this.
He jumps off the side of the opera box
Oops.
and rappels down the rope.
Okay, I will follow. He has never rappelled down a rope, so he's like, what the fuck is this shit?
He lands near one of the, I don't know what you'd call them, robbers, holding a bag with a purse, not currently having a sword in hand. Are you following him over the side?
Yeah.
Okay. He says, "Good evening," and then stabs the man in the chest.
Oh my god. Thrill has seen some murder, but he's never seen his dad just fucking cold-blooded murder bitches before. So he knows he does, but he's like, oh.
And he does it, and then he ducks down between the seats.
I will follow suit with exactly what he does. Like, he ducks, I will duck. He's more experienced than I am.
He sees people, like, scream around him as they see the blood seeping out of this person, and he says, "Please stay calm. I would rather they don't know that I'm here."
Oh, of course.
"Not you." And he, like, gestures to the panicked people around.
Thank God.
"Get down. My men are on it. This'll be over soon."
You sure?
"Knives?"
Please. It's so barbaric.
"Well, if you want to let people do the hard work for you."
No. Well, I would prefer that. But if we're going to have to fight people, let's not start stabbing.
"Proposal."
I can make them suffer much more.
You actually say that?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your plan, Vanaday Hawthorne?
Oh my god, not my government name. Not the full government name. Well, I'm not Dennyplane. I'm More Multiverse. So, a bandolier, I have everything that I've ever made before. What if I just do it? You know, what if I just full tilt it?
Do what? What are you doing? I don't know what that means.
It's the look you gave me.
I don't know what that means, Momo. What does full tilting it mean?
I think I just start fucking setting bombs off. It's my dad's opera house too. I'd be
You would
quite
like
pleased
to
bring it to the ground.
throw bombs in a crowded opera house.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You realize there are people in this opera house.
Nobody's gonna make it out if I throw bombs.
You're going to. Are you sure that you would like to do that?
I'm not gonna just throw them. I'm gonna be discreet.
Please tell me what you were doing.
I'm picturing like tiered rows that go up.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking, I go and I place them and I set them. They're timed, you know?
Away from people or around people? Because there's people everywhere.
I mean, there are gonna be casualties. That's just part of life.
Okay.
Why you... Look, first off, one thing about me...
I know that you do not care about
I did
collateral
just kill
damage.
thousands of people.
You know what? I shouldn't have been so surprised.
You
Absolutely.
It's
I guess
called not
that's
having a moral compass.
This sounds like either finesse or wreck, probably.
Not my first in-person role. Oogoos!
It is going to be risky, and it is going to be great effect.
What did you say it was? A finesse?
Either finesse or wreck, or you could even maybe do...
I would like to wreck, I think, because I have a 3 diamond.
Or it could even be, what is it? Stealth? No, what is the name of that skill called
I'm
in this
gonna do
game?
wreck. One
Prowl.
thing about... wait.
Could be prowl also. No, it could
I
be
have a
wreck.
better wreck. So
Okay.
I think I'm gonna take the wreck.
Okay.
Either way...
It will be great effect, risky. Actually, hang on.
Did we ever find my dice tray?
You can use that one of those, yeah.
I got a 4, a 5, and a 4.
Okay, partial success.
Partial success.
You start setting charges in places in the theater,
Indeed.
and you are lighting these fuses on these few small bombs that you have brought.
That's all I got on it.
Upon planting the last one of them sees you and says, "Hey!" and jumps on top of you, slashing with a knife, and he stabs you in the shoulder. Please take level 1 harm. Slash to the shoulder.
Level 1 harm. I haven't taken harm in so long, y'all.
As you're doing this, your father looks like very confused.
At what I'm doing?
Yes, and he starts. Let me see how successful he is.
Oh my god, is he fighting?
He cuts down another 2 men, like Assassin's Creed style, like sneaking through the theater and then cutthroating.
I don't like that.
And then
I don't like that he can do that.
And then he says to you loudly, he says,
"What class is he?
How much time did you set on those bombs?"
Him with the fucking blade in his shoulder.
Yeah, while the guy's on top of you.
Just
He's not even paying that any
A
mind.
little bit of a laugh. Just, I don't know if this has psyched him out yet. Mostly from the first incident where I got totally fucked up and got my first trauma. I don't think that he's worried yet, out of pure delusion.
Okay.
He gives a little laugh and just we've got probably about 30 seconds.
Says, Vanaday, you're a fucking moron sometimes. Give me a second.
Said, my
I need
child.
to check his playbook.
My child, you are a fucking moron. Not the Tower's playbook.
Yeah.
Nah, that man got abilities in the class, I know it.
No, I need to check what he would have in his kit.
He definitely do.
I mean, he has to have some stuff, even
He
though
definitely
he's
got
an NPC.
something. He be using some abilities sometimes. The one that Velvet. Yeah. That one does kill the man. So I've heard.
Says, do you have one of those that you can put a 5-second fuse on?
5 seconds.
Yes.
Me being actively stabbed. I'm just imagining this guy on top of me, like fucking digging a knife into my shoulder.
He says,
And my father over me just.
he's gradually, you see him sneaking between seats, and he says, I will get him. Blow up the door, please. And get the people away from it before you do it.
Oh, you care about the actual.
Shut up, Van. This is an emergency.
Fine. I'll do it.
Okay.
Shut up. Shut up, Van.
He eventually sneaks and jumps over a line of seats over to yours and stabs the man on top of you in the back.
I push him off.
And he says, go.
I'm working on it.
Do you do what he says?
Yeah.
He says, and get the people out of the way first.
I will not do that.
So are you going to throw a bomb at the doorway?
Yeah.
And you're just chucking it there?
I'm gonna look around
Uh-huh.
before I do.
Uh-huh.
Give a quick glance.
Uh-huh.
Anybody looking at me?
People are definitely looking at you.
Fuck, I gotta be careful though.
Yeah.
I forgot to cancel it.
You forgot that you're famous now.
I forgot I'm famous now. I have to be careful. Clear the door. Fuck.
People start scattering away.
Go, get the fuck out of my way.
And you see the tower's guards start arriving, and they start going their way through some of the criminals as well, locked in hand-to-hand combat.
Perfect.
I believe Wreck is probably the most appropriate for this.
Yes, Wreck, I think would be. Oh, a 6, a 3, and a 2.
That's a success. You throw the bomb, it erupts and breaks the door open.
That's what I'll do.
Smoke starts filling, but the people rush through, and you
We'll
hear
guide them through. Just
your
go,
father's
go.
voice, but he's kind of disguising it. And he says, I think the terrorists have planted bombs in the theater. Everyone get out. And you
That's
hear
what they are.
screams as they run, and your father comes by you, yanks your hand to pull you out,
Okay.
and he pulls you as your bombs go off before, creating total chaos. And I need a fortune roll, because this theater was definitely not made for being blown up by explosives.
No, don't suppose it was.
So, holy fuck. Okay. It goes, and you're outside the doorway, but you can hear the upper levels, the balconies above, start collapsing. And it comes down, and there are people fleeing out of the theater, and people are running and screaming, but you know it's coming down, and these people are definitely going to die. Many of them under the weight of this theater collapsing in on itself. And you might not be that safe either. You're out of the way of the immediate harm, but you have to wonder about the structural integrity of this place when it starts falling apart. Do you do anything? What do you do?
There are people still inside.
Yes, many people. Hundreds of people.
I can fix this.
Can you?
I could try.
You can try.
Yeah, this is worth it.
Uh-huh.
This is worth it.
Uh-huh.
I've taken a lot of life from the city. Maybe I can give a little back.
Okay, continue.
If we're at the doorway, my dad is holding my hand. Maybe you should get back to the carriage. I'm not done here yet.
He looks. Very well. I'm going to make you notify the next of kin for any of my bodyguards that perish in this theater tonight, fam. I think you need to learn the consequences of your actions.
If you think a few bodyguards would make me consider that, I was sorely mistaken.
He walks off and he yells over his shoulder, and you say, I'm the monster. You've got seconds before this place starts to collapse.
I think I can go in.
It will be very dangerous if you do that.
I know.
Okay. What are
This
you
is
trying to do?
I think I can clear a path.
How are you doing that? Tell me. Describe what you were doing. Give me a narration.
Here's the thing, I don't know. But I'm gonna fucking figure it out as I go. Okay, there are 2 levels.
There's 3 levels.
3 levels?
There's one and then balcony.
Stairs on either side.
There's sets of stairs. They don't go like directly up, but in traditional opera fashion, like outside and then up on the sides, you know?
Fuck! I should just be a bad person!
You can just be a bad person.
No.
I don't want to disappoint Daddy.
No, it's not for him.
Oh, okay.
It's for in here.
Okay.
It's for in here, unfortunately.
It's just, you're too soft, Thrill.
Yeah, so anyway, I leave. No. He's gonna go in. And I think this is the off the cuff. I don't have anything. Well, Bandolier says you have basic crafting equipment and things you've made.
You also have flashbacks. If you can think of something useful.
I don't think he would expect this, though. As much as I want to use a flashback to save my ass here,
Okay.
I don't think in any world he expected to get fucking attacked and then have the fucking opera blow up. So
Fair enough.
I think I'm gonna have to just do it as I
Okay, what
go.
are you doing?
But I do think that something that's simple for him to create is a compound of 2 chemicals that can make a flash, like a burst of light. I think
Okay.
that's a very simple creation.
Yes, just
think-
make sure you add it to your list of things that you've used from your playbook. You've used bombs, and now you're using. I don't know what the weight requirement is on this from Leech playbook. Let me look. Oh, wait, your bandolier.
Yeah, it's all from my bandolier, essentially. And then I have my fine tinkering tools and gadgets.
Hang on. So your bandolier takes 1 load, and then 3 alchemy agents or sparkcraft bombs. So I am going to go ahead and say you used at least 2 to 3 bombs initially. So I'm going to need 1 more load for whatever concoction you're making now.
That's fine.
Okay, so that's 2 you've used.
This is probably all he's has on him.
Okay.
In a setting like this.
Okay.
I think I can create something that will keep a steady glow.
Okay. Oh, you're trying to evacuate people out.
Yes, I'm trying to light the
You're trying to
exits
do
out.
emergency exit lights.
Yes, to give people a place to go, and then I will run in and try and grab whoever I can see.
That
quickly
is
as
very
possible.
clever. I would say command or
I don't know if I have anything in command. I'm much more sway, man.
yeah, I don't know if sway works for this.
No, I don't think it does.
What other action ratings do you think might apply? You tell me.
Oh, wait! I actually kind of do have a good amount of command. I just never get to use it because Warden's our command guy.
Yeah, I think command works for here. I'm gonna
I
say
have 2D for that.
this is desperate.
I would push
and
myself,
limited.
I think, for this.
Okay.
So I will do 3 die,
Okay.
and I'll take 2 stress.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Do I start with the stress I started out with at
No.
the end?
You have
Okay,
0.
because that would break me.
No, you're starting with 0.
Okay, 1 minute. I'll take the 2 stress and I'll roll 3D.
And did you fail?
4, 4, and 1.
So partial success.
Partial.
You light up these chemicals and you start placing them as like a guide, but as you do, the rubble starts falling and you get hit by part of the balcony above you breaking away. It pins you down to the ground. I need you to take
I'm gonna die.
level 3 harm pinned by rubble.
Level 3 harm?
It's a desperate roll.
Wait a minute! Wait, I'm in the building and not... Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die.
No, you just have to push yourself to be able to move.
How bad? What? Where am I pinned at?
Your legs are pinned.
I'm gonna be fucking broken legs!
And you might have some bones shattered in your legs. We'll see.
I have shattered bones in my legs! Okay, what am I doing?
You tell me.
I gotta fucking get out! I'm fucking pinned!
But what you did works as you see through the smoke and rubble as
Bless.
you cough and people are coughing
are
that they
getting
are
out.
following the lights to get out of this giant auditorium.
Okay. One thing about me, I'm not gonna ask for help.
Oh my god, I fucking knew it too.
One thing about me, I'm gonna get myself out. or
What
I
are
will
you gonna
die
do?
Trying.
It seems like the worst is probably over. That most of what was falling
the structural
had
damage
fallen,
is done.
but you know, unless it's possible that more structural damage might occur, but it doesn't seem like it's happening immediately. You have at least some time to try to get out of this, but you are pinned. Your legs might be broken. You're not entirely sure. But
So
for now, you
I
are
broke
pinned.
my legs while my girly pump is gone. I mean, fuck me.
What would you like to do, Thrill?
Damn, I'm having a real coming to Jesus moment. I just murdered 1,000 people. Sorry, I'm just thinking about it.
Me sowing. Haha, yes. Fuck yes. Me reaping. Well, this fucking sucks. What the
me
fuck?
Me sewing. Me reaping. Pinned. Oh.
That's what that's like.
Am I about to actually die for once? I don't know. I'm gonna be so real. He probably sits there for longer than he should, which is probably like seconds compared to a few more seconds
Mm-hmm.
in actuality. But he probably does sit there like a, damn, I always did say I wasn't gonna make it to 25. That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I do it. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Being crushed wouldn't be the worst. It'll be fairly quick. But I always thought, you know, I'd be brutally murdered, shot in the head, drowned. This is how I thought I'd die.
If you call for help, maybe someone might see you and try to help you. But all the dust and rubble and the darkness now,
No, I can.
maybe
get out
no
on
one
my
can see you.
own. No, I can get out on my own. I'm gonna get out on my own.
What are you gonna do?
Well, if my legs. He sits there. After getting over the fucking crisis of it all, like, oh, I'm gonna die. And then it's like, no, I'm not gonna fucking die. Not yet. There's still more I need to do. And he's probably evaluating, like, okay, I have pain here in the lower leg. That's shattered. I know that is. I know the feeling. I can probably guess this is the bone that is broken. And then in the other leg, like, this bone right here is probably broken. Like, I can assume that these bones are broken.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, knowing what it takes to fix them, I may need to pull them through the fucking ringer
Mm-hmm.
to get myself out. I may need to crawl my fucking ass out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, like, essentially weighing the risk of, like, this is how far I can essentially crush them further to get out.
I see.
Before they're not salvageable.
Uh-huh.
Didn't think this is where this was going.
So the audience knows what Momo requested. I want to do a job with my father that doesn't start off as a job. That was the request.
That was my only request for this.
Comments, please tell me if I've understood the assignment correctly.
Right
Continue.
now I've broken both my legs and may die in an explosion of my choosing. So but that's what he's thinking.
So just breaking your legs further to get them out from under this.
Essentially like when you're caught in a
I understand.
like handcuffs and you break
I
your
would
thumb
say-
further to go out of them.
Wreck or finesse both make sense to me for this.
What am I doing?
Wreck or finesse make the most sense to me for this.
Nothing about
No,
me.
no. Yeah, Momobee doesn't want to ask for help. She would rather crush her
Not me.
legs.
Not me.
Thrill. Sorry, Thrill. Excuse me.
I'm playing to the character, mate.
You are playing to the character. All right.
He's
So
not gonna
wreck
ask
or
for help.
finesse. And this is going to be, you have to push yourself, one, because you have level 3 harm, but also this is going to be desperate no effect. So you need to push yourself to get limited effect.
All right.
And-
I'm gonna push myself. I'm gonna choose wreck. So I'm rolling 4D.
Yes, and also I'm going to start a 4-tick clock. Thrill gets free.
Well, I have the analyst feats.
Nope, that's long-term projects, not all clocks. So
One might say this is a long-term project. Okay.
what is it? Did you fail with 4 dice? Did you fail with 4 dice?
Gods hate me.
You failed with 4 dice?
I got a 4 and 3 ones.
Okay, well that is a partial success.
That's still fucking
That's still bad.
horrible.
So you get 2 ticks on the clock. You break you're just wiggling your legs to shatter your bones.
This is horrible.
I need you to take level 2 harm.
What the fuck?
Shattered leg bones.
It's fine. It's fine. So, what doctor do I go to? Because it's the way that I'm pulling up the character sheet, and I've never had to take level 3 before. I know this is level 2.
Yeah, so you have a level
Level
1, a
3
level
is
2, and a
needs
level
help.
3.
Guess
Yes.
what I'm not gonna do?
Yeah. Momo, you have not very much chance left to get out of this.
Hey, what if I died?
That would be very sad.
What if I don't come back to the fucking show?
Yeah.
How do I go to sleep after this? If I die?
I would be very sad.
Shattered.
I thought this was going to be a nice romp in the opera.
Shattered legs. Do I just give up the goat and I beg for help?
Up to you. You scream in pain, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think he's definitely... He's not strong enough to not scream in pain at this.
Yeah.
Like, he just shattered his own fucking leg.
Yes, and still did not manage to quite get free. You
And
managed
is
to crawl
still
a little bit.
pinned under this.
You pulling with your hands, but your feet are just hooked under this rubble,
Ugh.
and you have to go a little bit further.
Ah! This is my own Saw game. Fuck. Okay. What else do I need
You
to
gonna try
do?
to free yourself more, or are you gonna call for help?
Was the screams of pain not enough?
I think people start to hear you, and you hear a few shouts. They say, "Where are you? Do you need help?"
Oh my god, you're gonna make me ask for it. You motherfucker. But my pride.
He's so like his father, isn't he?
Shut up! Oh my god. No, but the humility of having to beg someone to drag me out. I'm not gonna lie. Craig's over here in the audience. He really thinking about how he wishes Knight was here.
Aww.
He's like, Knight could drag me out of this. He's like, this is the fucking second time. I think he's panicking. Not me getting emotional at 3 a.m.
Aw.
This is the second fucking building that's trying to kill me!
This one is your fault, though.
I just had to come in and be a good fucking person.
Should've just left all those people to die.
I'm making up for the fucking person I couldn't save the last time.
What are you doing? Ask for help or get yourself out.
I think I can get myself out.
Okay, give it a try. You gonna wreck
One
again?
tier? Wait, do I risk a character on one fucking roll?
Well,
I love this for me.
okay, so you need to push yourself because it would be desperate no effect again. So this is gonna be desperate limited.
That don't count.
That doesn't count.
Dude, ain't nobody know the stakes I'm right now. It's 3 in the morning in Philadelphia.
This motherfucker right here.
I'm crying and I'm about to die. In a mini
I think
episode.
you didn't choose all of this.
One thing about me is I'm gonna ruin my life. At 3 a.m. in Philadelphia. But I'm gonna have a treat after we're done.
Alright,
Bijou. I'm scared to roll it.
you gotta roll it.
Blessings, 2 6s.
Critical
A
success.
critical success because the gods want me to live.
You
Because the
think-
heavens want thrill
You
to live.
feel like doing this is going to tear your legs off, but you somehow shimmy yourself and you rock against the rubble
know
and you
things.
manage to flip it off of you and crawl one arm,
also human.
one arm out of the auditorium to safety, and you look up and
No.
you see your father there.
Kill me. I'd rather have died. Send me back. Send me back.
And he reaches down, and he doesn't ask your permission. He reaches and he picks you up, your shattered, crippled body. You can replace the level 3 harm pinned to
My dad just saved me.
other. You can just basically clone the other level 2 harm, shattered whatever, shattered legs, shattered waist. Like, you can't feel anything from your waist down currently.
Dude,
And
did I just...
You don't know if it's because of the trauma or because your nerves are torn or if
I
because
just
you're
paralyzed my
paralyzed.
character?
But your father carries you out and he's carrying you to the carriage, but you hear him say, "I'm proud of you."
I think he is in and out of consciousness at this point.
And,
I think with that kind of pain, he's not there.
and I believe that is a good point to end today's one-on-one session.
I lived, bitch! Wait, am I paralyzed?
And we will find out what happened in the aftermath of Thrill's wonderful romp in the opera in the other interludes that we have for Rise of the Conduit. Please stay tuned as we will have several more of these that are going to be lots of fun. And I hope you enjoyed all the hints that I dropped at the other interludes that are going to happen. Looks at audience.
Looks at audience.
And I hope this was a lot of fun for you. It was a lot of fun for me. This is the first time I've ever played Blades in the Dark in person. Hopefully the first of
Yeah.
many times. Thank you, everyone. Please join our Discord, discord.gg/magirpg, and follow us on socials and like and subscribe the video. Bye, everyone. Hope you liked it.
Bye. Don't shout
Goodbye
at your
from PAX
legs.
Unplugged at 3 a.m.
3 a.m. I'm crying.